you don't have to be high vibe all the time. Every day, all day, be positive, full of energy. You don't have to be all that. And when you're not, it's okay. Hey, my name is Sophie, and on this channel, Aligned and Magnetic, we always talk about spirituality, self-growth, and manifestation. But usually it's a very much empowered state. I'm telling you that you can make it, that you can manifest. But today I myself am not feeling so high vibe and so full of energy. And I didn't actually feel like filming a video today, but then I realized that it's just because that I felt like I couldn't share something when I'm not high vibe. And in this spiritual community, I think that there's this pressure to be always high vibe, to be always positive, to always think positively, but that's just not possible. So lately, I've been under quite a lot of stress. There is a lot of decisions I need to take for my life, and a lot of exams that are waiting for me, and that makes me feel stressed out. And as someone that is always happy, always the positive person, and always the sunshine, I am quite not feeling like myself. And what I want to share with you today is that it's okay not to be that ideal version of yourself every day. Because usually I am that person that always wants to grow, always wants to be better and better and better. But sometimes we forget that this is also the part of growth. You cannot be always better and better if you're not ever in this lowest state. And that's probably this moment for me. And so when you're feeling like you're not your highest version, that's okay. You need to know that it is coming. You will be eventually, but you need to take time for yourself to rest. And so I've been trying to really slow down, because I know that it is so healthy and beneficial for my nervous system. Because when my nervous system is calm, then I am calm. My decisions are better made, and I just feel better. And so try, if you're feeling like me today, if you're not feeling so high, take time for yourself and actually slow down. Don't always consume so much on the internet. So what I usually do is that my morning and nighttime routines, I always do my skincare and I listened to podcasts. That makes me feel so good. But I have actually realized that I do it maybe more than I should, which feels weird. And it's weird that I'm actually saying this, but you need to make sure that you are creating, that you are putting into practice what you already know. And when you always consume more and more and more, then you really don't have the time to have your own thoughts. And that's a coping mechanism for a lot of us, that we actually are feeling these emotions. For example, today I was not feeling so good, but I knew that if I went home from my school and I would actually listen to some podcast, I would just shut up those emotions within myself. But I knew that I cannot numb them, because if I want to numb them, then I will be in this state like forever. I need to feel all those feelings and actually get over them, okay? And it sometimes takes time, and that's why I'm telling you to slow down. Slow down. Do not always be rushing, over consuming, always growth. No. Sometimes you just need time for yourself. Sometimes you just need to make yourself a tea and eat something good, and I don't know, read a book. Usually I think that nowadays people don't read so much because we don't have the time. But don't we really have the time? I think that we actually do, but we rather choose to spend our currency, our energetic currency, and our time on things that don't actually value and bring more value to our lives. So choose wisely. And I think that when you actually learn to slow down, you essentially learn to give yourself time and calm your nervous system down and learn something about yourself. Because what I have noticed is that when I am in these lowest states, I usually notice my limiting beliefs. I notice that I have fear around some things that I wouldn't normally notice because I was so high vibe. So I was just like, my high energy was numbing these limiting beliefs that were deep within me. And when I don't have this high vibe, which happens to some of us, that happens to actually all of us, we then notice all these limiting beliefs, and that's the moment when we grow. Because you always need to actually notice what's happening within yourself, and that is possible when you're not feeling so well. So usually, what I think you have noticed this, usually people after, for example, breakups, they always grow so much. And I think that it's because they have all this pain and all these problems, all these bad feelings within themselves, and they just get overwhelmed. But after some time, they actually see the problems and they learn to deal with them and they learn to heal them. And that's why they grow. If they stayed in the bad relationship and they wouldn't actually broke up, for example, they wouldn't actually realize that they have some of the problems that they actually realize that they have post-breakup. Okay, so the message is that it's okay to not be high vibe, because in these states of not being high vibe, not being so full of energy, there is power and there is actually growth. Because always focusing on growing in these high vibes, I mean, like, yeah, it does make sense and it like works, but do not forget that these states are probably even more powerful to grow, because you learn something about yourself and you get to heal it. And when you heal a part of yourself, that's the moment when you grow the most. That's the moment when you become a new person. And when you do, you will attract a whole new life for yourself. So do not forget that it's okay. And when you're in this state, just take time. Take time for yourself and spend the time with yourself. Alone, I think it's better sometimes alone and in quiet. Not always consuming music, content, and so this was very, very much authentic reality of mine. This didn't have any structure, but I feel like this was just on my heart to share. So I hope that it helped at least one of the person there. So have an amazing day.